Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tessa Tries. This is a new episode. We're talking getting married. We're talking weddings. We're talking kissing Australians. We're doing it all really here actually today. So listen in if you are interested into all of that. If you're not, don't worry about it. Guys, love is in the air. Wedding bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily on high. Unsure what in the heck is going on, but all my friends are getting married. Why are you doing this? Hey, happy for you guys, but what in the old person is going on? When I was younger, I remember saying to my friend, when I'm 27, I'll have kids, I'll be married, I'll have a house, I'll have a dog, I'll have a family. Now, let me tell you, I'm 27 in 2 months and have I got a penny to my name? No, I don't. I don't actually have any of those things. Do I have a great group of friends? Yeah. Do I have a great job? Yeah. But I've failed to take off those other things. And hey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to cry about it. But I might. No, I won't. Anyway, I thought I was really going to be living the big white wedding fantasy land, but that's not happening. And honestly, right now, I can't think of anything worse. Is it because I'm single? Potentially. But I'm seeing my friends getting married and I'm thinking, hey, slaps. That's not what it's called. Snaps. Like, I'm happy for you. That good for you. That's really nice that you're in love and you're happy. But in fairness, I think even if someone that was 35 was getting married right now, I'd be like, that is too young. Whoa. You're just out the womb. Stop that. And I don't know why I think this. I think when you're young, you think that when you get to 26 or 27, you're going to feel really old, feel really mature. Unfortunately, that's not happened to me. That part in the prefrontal cortex has not really happened. And I am feeling extremely young and immature still. Now, thank God there's no wedding on the card for me, but I want to talk to you about different weddings I've been to because although I'm being a wee cynic right now, I actually do love love. Like, absolutely love it when people are in love. I'm like, that's so cute. I'm so happy for you. I know that sounded sarcastic, but I actually do feel that way. And last year I had these 3 weddings and honestly just restored my faith in love. Because actually prior to this, I was really being a cynic because I know a lot of marriages that have split or like things have gone wrong, etc., etc. And I just thought, ugh, men are pigs. That's what I thought. I just thought, I don't want to be involved. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. However, then on the flip side, you see these marriages that are amazing. Like my parents, they're just so flipping cute. And you're like, wow, you really can do it. And like my grandparents and stuff. Obviously, it's a different day and age now, but I still think it can happen. But for a while there, I was thinking, no, 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 no. Stick, in the words of HSM, stick to the status quo, which actually would be to get married. But I was just thinking, I just don't think it's for me. However, I went to these 3 weddings and my mind changed. So let me talk to you about them. Okay, first wedding. I go to my friend's wedding. Bethany, shout out you. Love you. And Sam, love you. Happy for you guys. Anyway, I went to this wedding and I did not know what to expect because, hey, I'm not a Christian. So I thought, what the flip is going to happen? Are they going to try get me? Am I going to be brought into Christianity? What's going to happen here? Let me tell you, they know how to bump and grind. Do they? That's a crazy thing to say. I basically went, it was so nice because it was with all my friends. Like I'd not seen them in ages and we all collectively got together, which was the first time since school actually. And so we were all invited, really nice, really fun. And my friend piped and then we went in to this lovely church and it was so lovely. I did find it mad how much they spoke about, obviously they're going to speak about God. Hey, they're Christian. But I feel like in the speech, there was a lot of like, God's brought you guys together. God's done this, God's done that. I thought, hey, give yourself some credit, guys. You're both beautiful souls. You're so lovely. You're just amazing. And you're giving all the credits to the big man. Take it for yourself. Take it and run with it. I'd absolutely be saying, no, that was me. This has worked because I'm sound and I've been going on great dates with you and we really love each other. Not because of God. But anyway, obviously, that's what Christians believe. So fair play. Obviously, it was the big man. When I'm at a wedding, I am a certified crier, certified tearer, sniffer. Like, I'm doing the most, really. Anyway, Bethany walks down the aisle and oh my gosh, it's so fun when your friend gets married because you know when you're younger and you go to weddings and it's like your cousin or like your sister's guinea pig's aunt's wedding and you don't really know them, you don't know any of their friends, you don't like know any of the family lore or whatever's going on. You purely know that cousin and maybe you don't even know them that well. So with this, it's like, oh my God, that's one of my best friends. They're just like getting married and you just watch them. You just watch them live out their fantasy dream. It's so cute. Anyway, so Bethany walks down the aisle. She looks like an absolute princess, by the way. Also, side note, Saga, how the heck do you choose a wedding dress? I'm sorry, I'm bad enough choosing an outfit for a night out. I'm going to take one picture in and then go on a night out and probably get it soaked in beer. Imagine having to choose your wedding dress. Say yes to the dress. Say yes to the dress. How? I'd say maybe. Potentially. That's an option. I don't think I would ever be able to say yes to one dress. I also think I would have multiple dresses throughout the day. Like, I think I'd have one during the day, then one to party in. Maybe just two, actually. But I think that's a great use of money and time to have two dresses, to be honest. Anyway, she comes down. She looks like an absolute princess. And then they're talking the speeches. They do a big speech. And then, actually, like a movie, I don't know if the screen was already down or not, but the screen comes down and it's like big fat karaoke. Obviously, you know, sometimes at weddings you like sing songs, whatever, but there were Christianity songs, obviously. So there were Christian songs and I'm singing about the bellows of hell. I'm like, oh yeah, bellows of hell, bellows of hell. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I loved that I got to experience someone else's religion because obviously I don't have one. So it's nice to be able to experience that with them and see how much they just love it. They just were absolutely eating it up. And all their family and stuff as well. You could just tell they were so happy and just in love. And it was just really cute. Anyway, so I actually had a great time. And then when it got to the evening, it was on like a waterfront. It was at like a rowing club. Super fun. We also did Kaylee dancing because it was a Scottish wedding because they're both Scottish. Or is Sam Scottish? I don't think Sam's Scottish. I think he's English. But obviously he was leaning into our culture, love. And we got to Kaylee dance and it is just so much fun. If you've not Kaylee danced, you are missing out big time. Like, honestly, Kaylee dancing might be like a top 3 fun thing to do. It is so fun. You get to dance with everyone. You get to be swung around. People in kilts. Oh, little segue. Scottish weddings are the best there. I've said it. I've actually only been to Scottish, English, Norwegian. I think that's it. But Scottish weddings, oh, they hit different. There's like the drinking from the quake, is it called? Where you drink whiskey down the altar. Then there's the tying of there's like 2 tartan things and you go woof and you pull them and it makes like a knot to be like, this is our knot of love. Cute. And then the Kaylee dancing, yum, yum, yum. So much fun, fun, fun. Why did I just say that? I don't rewind that. Do not watch that part again. They are so much fun. And if you've not been to Scottish wedding, you should go to one. If you want an invitation, if I get a +1, maybe I'll invite you. Maybe I won't. But you can ask. I think they're the best. Anyway. So that was wedding 1. And in the speeches, sorry, I digress. Sam was doing a speech and honestly, as soon as he started speaking, I just thought, right, who turned on the tap? Who turned on the faucet? Because I just could not stop crying. And he was like, don't look at me like that because I'm going to cry if you cry. And I was like, well, joke's on you because the tears are flowing. Tears on the ground, tears on the pillow. Magic. I should have just broken into that. Maybe next time. Anyway, so that was a super duper lovely wedding and I was there and I just thought, okay, love is real and you guys are obsessed with each other and I love you. By the way, this couple are just so nice and everything I would want in a relationship. Like, I remember we went up north. Every year we go and like have fun up north for a few nights. And I remember Bethany like went to bed or something, and Sam just, I don't know if this is me just thinking this like maybe bare minimum Tessa, pick up the standards, but he like made sure everything was tidy before he went to bed so that Bethany would wake up to a clean kitchen. And then in the morning, he made her a coffee before she got up so she could have a coffee in bed. That's so cute. I think that's so adorable. I don't know if that's me just being silly, but I think that's absolutely adorable. Anyway, so that's what I want in a man. If you are wanting to apply, you must make me an iced coffee. Iced coffee in the morning. Sorry, don't know where I went there. Just an ad break from Arthur Hill, that. I would love a coffee. In fact, I actually love getting a coffee. So maybe we just wake up and go get a coffee together. Anyway, let's move on to wedding number 2. Ding, 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 ding. Pick number 2. Pick number 2. Do you know that? It's from Shrek. If you got it, well done, 10 points. If you didn't, you get it next time. Anyway, wedding number 2 was my friends Tom and Brody's wedding, which, by the way, I did not think I was going to get the call up. This is one of our closest family friends. Like, I used to go on holiday with them when I was younger and stuff. So that would make you think I'd obviously get an invitation to the wedding. But like, weddings are expensive. Weddings are so expensive. Like, per head is probably like, what, £100, £150 per person? Woof. I wouldn't even pay that for my own wedding, like £100 for me. Fuck that. They're so expensive. And so I wasn't really sure if I'd get the call up, but our whole family got the call up. That actually leads me on quite nicely too. Why do people get so offended when they're not at weddings? I think, here's my hot take. If you're getting really offended at a wedding, you're outwardly getting offended that you're not invited to someone's wedding. Why don't you inwardly look and think, maybe I'm not actually friends with them. Maybe I'm not as close to them as I thought. Would I want them at my wedding? Yes, maybe. Do I have less friends than this person or less family than this person, so they have to invite them before they invite you? I just think stop getting annoyed at it. Hey, having said this, I've not been invited to a wedding that I've wanted to go to. So maybe I'd be a massive hypocrite and I'd get annoyed if I wasn't invited to a wedding, but I just don't think I would. Just like batter on. It's your wedding day. It's not a sixth form party. It's not like, oh, I'm so gutted. Like, we're all going to talk about it for a week. Like, that's not going to happen because only the people that are there will talk about it. They're not going to talk to you about it. So I just think grow up. God, I feel quite passionate about this apparently. I just think it's so much money. Just live a little. Like, let them do their thing. Let them get married. You don't need to be there. Sorry, that's the tea. Anyway, I was invited to this wedding and I was super grateful because I just didn't think I'd be invited, which obviously I would have been fine with. Obviously, it would have been fine, guys. But it was so nice to be there. Tom was marrying Brody, this lovely Australian man who I'd actually met a few times already. And he just is so lovely. Like, oh, the pair of them, I'm just obsessed with them. So we go to this wedding. It's in this massive big house. So much fun. Such great vibes. It's an outdoor wedding, which I think I would absolutely do if the weather permitted it, because it was just so lovely to be outdoors in the fresh air. Just good vibes, really. Anyway, we're there as soon as I see Tom. Now, this wedding, let me say, all like the musical talent was all Tom's friends because they're so flippin' talented. So people singing, people piping, people doing whatever, playing piano, playing guitar, was all his friends or family. I just think, wow, that's amazing. I wish that could be me. I actually have some seriously talented friends who do music. So I think when I get married, if I get married, I will also do the same. But they walk down the aisle to a song by someone called Ben, I think. Ben who? Don't know. Someone called Ben, I think, but it's called This Is Going to Be the Best Day of My Life. And as soon as it started, just the tears, woof, woof. Like, I just can't, it's so nice. Like, seeing your friends get married, it's just so nice. Seeing anyone get married for that matter, it's just a lovely thing. A celebration of love and all that jazz. And yeah, Tom came out, Brody came out, and I was just beside myself the whole time, of course. But it was such a funny and lovely ceremony because They just didn't take themselves too seriously. I feel like when you're at a wedding and it's all like, ooh, do you take this person? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, repeat after me till when I'm sick in my deathbed. Shut up. Like, there's so much like pretentiousness around it sometimes and just like seriousness. And I think you guys are getting married. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's flip some tables or something. Like, you're literally getting married. You're celebrating your love for each other. Why on earth are we going to be so serious about it? Anyway, they didn't take it so seriously. They actually were quite comical about it. And it was just so lovely because it was so authentically them. And I think that is what a wedding should always be. Something where it's so, you go and you think, yeah, this is their wedding. Like, this makes sense. You don't want to go and be like, oh, this could be anyone's wedding. Oh, it's in the same venue as everyone. It's in the same thing as this. Same flowers, same blah, 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 blah. You want it to be really you and your personalities combination. Wow, that was kind of profound of me. Thoughts? Was that kind of profound? Anyway, so obviously I'm blubbering. I'm beside myself. Classic. And I think even after I just like thought about it again and I just started crying again. Just so stupid. It was so nice. But then we sat down to the lunch. And first of all, I, at the time, was not drinking. So I'd picked on the menu like a non-alcoholic cocktail. Why did I do that? Immediate regret. I sat down to my non-alc cocktail and I thought, I wish there was some alcohol in this. I do love at weddings how boozy they are. I don't know if that's a Scottish thing or just all weddings are really boozy, but it's so fun. Anyway, so we sit down on these tables and then everyone has, you know, their plates, knives, whatever. And then everyone has a napkin. They've all, I think there was like 100 people there or something. That could be a lie. I don't know how many people there were. All napkins are hand embroidered with everyone's initials. So mine said TT, of course. But what, like, is that not so nice? And get this, not even just like, oh, what a lovely personal touch for everyone because then they can take it away from the wedding. I've got mine in my drawer in my kitchen. But also, it was their granny, the groom's granny, that did it. She sat and painstakingly hand embroidered all of these napkins. And I just think that's so nice and thoughtful and lovely. And just what a lovely way to show your love for someone by like taking time to make something. Oh, I could cry now. It just makes me so happy. It was just such a lovely day. And get this as well. Then Brody came over to the table, the other groom, and was like, the thing about Tom is, oh God, I can't remember it word for word. The thing about Tom is, I've just never had a doubt. He was like, it's always been so easy. Like, I've never, ever doubted that he wasn't the one. Oh, I just want someone to say that about me. It was so cute. Oh, it was so nice. And immediately I started crying at the dinner table, of course, because what else would I do? What are you meant to do to that? Just say, oh, that's nice. Oh, lovely. I obviously broke down in tears and I was like, wow, that could be me holding your hand. Probably not. Rob's not. Yeah. Anyway, trestle tables. What a great idea for a wedding. They are so much better than round tables. I always feel like weddings when you're at a round table is so awkward. Feels like you're on Traitors or something. Like, it's so hard to speak to anyone. You either have to speak right over the table to someone or you're stuck with Billy and Bunter beside you who you've been flipping sat beside. Do you know what I hate? Oh, I'm getting into it. When they're like, oh, we're going to mix it up and make everyone mingle. No. Let me sit beside my frickin' Dons. I want to sit beside Betty and Shanice. I don't want to sit beside Billy and Bunter. I want to sit with my friends. So this is a call out post. Any of you friends that are getting married, make sure I'm beside my mates or hot single men. I'll allow that as long as they're nice and polite. Anyway, trestle tables. A great fix. You've got Billy to your right, Billy to your left, Billy in front of you, Billy to the sides of you as well. You've got so many people to speak to. Ideal. You can also move up, you can move down. It's not awkward. So good. Perfect. Well done. They're absolutely slayed. Oh, what a lovely meal. It was just the whole day was so flipping nice. And both their parents did speeches, which again, obviously crying my eyes out. Perfect. I think at the speeches point, I was maybe a bit drunk because I do remember being a bit, woo, woo, speeches are going on. Anyway, we continued to drink and have a great old evening. And then we went through for like a disco, and I'm on the dance floor and this crazy mullet man comes out of nowhere, right? He's got blonde hair in this mullet. He's actually quite short. I don't know how tall he is, probably like 5'6" maybe. No, is that crazy? He may as well have been about 4'3" from my recollection, but I don't think he was. Anyway, mullet. He kind of looked like Billy from Stranger Things, if you know that reference. Anyway, I thought he was actually really quite hot. I don't know. Love was in the air. I was feeling a bit crazy. Also, he was a maniac, guys. One thing about me, I just love a maniac. Like, if you're a maniac, I'll probably be obsessed with you. He was dancing like I've never seen anyone dance before. I love maniac dancing. Like, when I go out, I'm dancing like a maniac for sure. But this boy, he was not just doing like the shopping trolley and stuff like that. He was like revving the lawnmower and like taking the mower out on the grass, and like he was like paneling lights. He was like all these dance moves that I've never really seen, and probably for good reason because they were absolutely mental, but I was just loving it. I was lapping it up. My dad, by the way, I was almost convinced he fancied him because they were loving it. They were boogieing. Like, my family all love a boogie, that's for sure. And we were all loving it. And obviously I just thought, I want to be in love. Like, love is in the air. So started speaking to him, and I kissed him. I kissed him. Kiss all the time, disco occasionally, as Harry Styles said. I think he actually saw from my first pod that I said an in for 2026 was snogging. I think he actually got that line from me. So you're welcome, H Styles. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I was progressively getting drunker and drunker, of course. Kept like sneaking off and trying to find him to kiss him. And I think I was like introducing him to people as if he was like my flipping boyfriend or something. I don't know what was going on. I was pretty drunk at this point. Anyway, then it starts like torrential downpour of rain. We need to go home because it's the end of the night. And mum comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, Tessa, like, we're going to go." And I was like, "Mum," as if she's just said something horrendous. I'm like, "Mum, this could be the love of my life. Like, I can't leave. I can't leave now." Now, we'd all stayed in an Airbnb nearby. Obviously, I was not going to stay and continue to kiss this Australian man while my parents went back to the Airbnb. But in the moment, I was really invested in this. I was like, "Mum, this could be the love of my life. Like, think about that. Like, you're taking me away from him." And my mum lays down an absolute corker. She's like, "Tessa, if he's the love of your life, he'll come back to you." You know, when you're a child and you don't want to leave a sleepover or something, and you're like, "Mom, please, like 5 more minutes," or you're like playing a game or something, and you're like, "No, please, just like one more game, one more death, one more game, whatever." It was like that, which probably not my finest moment at 26 years old, begging my mom to stay so I could kiss an Australian man who, by the way, I think was 3 years younger than me, also probably about 3 foot smaller than me. Yeah, not one for the history books. I reckon so. Anyway, then get in the car. By the way, it's like, thank goodness it wasn't like this during the actual ceremony, because it is torrential, like flash floods. We were like, the car may as well have been a submarine. We were deep in that water, let me tell you that. It was a lot, let me tell you, but we made it back to the Airbnb. Actually, the Airbnb also flooded, or something happened, because when we got back, there was these 3 girls, also drunk, who came in and were like, "Rah, like, our beds are all wet, like blah, 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 blah." And basically like the water had been like running through the flats or something. I'm not really sure what happened, to be honest. I was drunk. I was eating crisps on the sofa. I was leaving that to the adults. But yeah, it was a really lovely Airbnb, and it was a really lovely location, actually. Can't remember where on earth we were, but it was nice. Somewhere in Scotland. Would recommend. Anyway, big fun gay wedding. Absolutely. Ticked off the list. Would go again. Absolutely amazing. Love is love. They've made me believe in love again. Amazing. Loved it. Tom and Brody, love you. Kisses. Anyway, number 3, wedding number 3, was the most insane wedding I think I will ever go to in my life. So let me set the scene. My friend from uni, my flatmate, old flatmate, she is American. And then I used to play lacrosse with a boy called Alan. He is Scottish. American, Scottish, collab. They fell in love and they got engaged, obviously. And so they were like, "We're going to get married, y'all." Anyway, guys, I was a bridesmaid. I was a bridesmaid. Again, I just really did not expect to be a bridesmaid at all. I was actually really quite shooketh. But I got this glorious box in the post. Actually, it was a bit #awkward because Cammy kept being like, have you got this box? Have you got this box? Obviously, like, wanting to see our reactions, but the post service just like lost them. And so they took so long to arrive. Anyway, we got them and we actually FaceTimed her when we opened them and they were so flipping cute. Obviously, I cried again, shock. At this point, I've got something wrong with my eyes. Do you know what I mean? I should be keeping these up. Could save a drought or something with these puppies. Anyway, so we got this wee box, not a wee box actually, big box, and inside was like this smaller box, and it had like little pictures of us in it, like me and Cami. And then there was, I think there was like a key, or did I get that from somewhere else? I think there was like a key in there. There was this letter, which I've actually got pinned on my notes board, is just the loveliest letter ever. It's just like her being like, Tessa, you're amazing. I love you. You're the freaking best. And who doesn't want a letter like that? Obviously, I cried. And it was gorgeous. But then at the bottom of the box, or like at the bottom of the photo strip, it said, will you be my bridesmaid? And I was like, oh my God. Basically, the whole thing was like all gold, like there's gold details, gold accents, blah, 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 blah. And then basically the theme of the wedding dresses that we were all going to wear was gold. And I'm not going to lie, initially, Cammy, love you dearly, I wasn't seeing the vision. I did not understand why are we all wearing gold. I was very confused.com. And guys, well, first of all, you got to pick your own dress, which is actually really lovely. I think when everyone has like different heights, different sizes, different whatever, picking your own dress is really fun. But obviously I'm lastminute.com. And so it actually caused a lot of stress. Actually caused a lot of stress because I could not find one. But I did eventually. It was kind of giving prom, but Cammy liked it and hey, it was her wedding. So perfect. And when it all came together with like the white, also there was 8 of us. I've not even said that yet. There was 8 people, 8 bridesmaids with the white dress in the middle and then all these different like golds, metallics, like champagne colors. Guys, it was glorious. It was absolutely glorious. I actually can't get over it. It was so flipping nice. It was like very regal, royal vibes, which, okay, get this. Gosford House in Longnidree, look it up right now. This is where the wedding was, and I've never been to in anywhere like that in my life. And I honestly don't think I'll ever be back anywhere like that. It was insane. The Frankenstein was filmed there. Anyway, let's talk about the actual wedding itself. So the wedding party was kind of like a 4-day thing. So first day was like chill, relax. Second day, hen do, which was all the women that were going to the wedding went for like a tea and champagne thing. And it was actually really nice. And also it gave us an excuse to dress up again, which hey, I absolutely love. So that was fun. And then the next day was this like pizza night. And it was again, everyone, because people had come from America, it was just a way to like let everyone meet each other and stuff. So there was an evening and then the next day was the wedding. Now, tell me why I decided to absolutely send it on the pizza party night. I don't know what was going on with me. Basically, the night started at maybe about 5 p.m. Or maybe it was a day thing. It might have even been a day thing, you know. Basically, everyone from the wedding was there. They came, but there was a lot of people from my uni because it was 2 people from uni. And so it was like all the old lacrosse team that I used to play with and like all these people. Guys, I've not seen them in like 5 years, maybe. How old am I? 26. Yeah, maybe like 4 or 5 years. I was absolutely peeing my pants. I don't know why I was so nervous. I'm not usually like an anxious, well, I am anxious. I'm not usually like get nervous about meeting people or stuff like that. But I was freaking the freak out. Anyway, I met them all and they were absolutely sound. It was really nice to see them all again, of course. But I just took it upon myself to just get a little bit too tipsy. We were actually the night before meant to wash our hair pre the next day because it would curl better or whatever for the wedding. Guys, the last thing I remember is like saying a very strange joke to this guy that I used to know at uni and like his friends or whatever. I just remember being at this trestle table and like making a funny joke. Classic. Sorry. And then next thing on this, woof, wake up in my bed, fully clothed, double denim, makeup all on, 4 a.m. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my God, what? I've not even showered. Now, I was sharing a room with my two other like old flatmates. So I woke up and for some reason they also kind of woke up. And then we just started being giggly little geese. It's like, could not stop laughing. I was like, guys, I need to shower and wash my hair right now. So got in the shower at 4 a.m., washed my hair, then I dried it, which obviously was fine because they were awake, but that would have been super annoying had they been asleep. Then basically our hair and makeup was starting from 6 a.m., by the way. 6 a.m. was the first hair and makeup, which was, I think, my two friends. And so we just stayed up. So on the day of the wedding, I was up from 4 a.m. like a nutter. Like what in the wedding is that about? One thing I will say about weddings, I'm all here for a late start. I think let's set that wedding back a bit because getting up at that time to do your hair and makeup, crazy business. Crazy business. But we basically got our hair and makeup done by this makeup artist who I think was actually like Cammie's cousin or something. Anyway, she was amazing and we all looked out of this world, if I do say so myself. And we all had these little gold pajamas. And we were like trotting around in them. It was really fun, actually. It was a really, really enjoyable day. Anyway, we go from that. We get on this big red bus, like a London bus, to Gosford House. And then, guys, the way that the bridesmaids had to come down, like we had to go arm in arm with the boy, with one of like the groomsmen, down this marble staircase and then like stand on this marble staircase for the whole ceremony, which, but again, by the way, don't know how I survived that one. I thought I was going to faint at one point, but it was so nice watching it. But wow, I did think I was going to faint at points. Anyway, by the way, I got paired with this groomsman who I used to play lacrosse with, and I've kissed. Shock to no one. I've kissed. So that was actually hilarious. Just like what a weird full circle moment. I thought, oh, hello, you. I know him. That can be. That's that. Yes. Anyway, I thought hilarious. Hello. Hello, good sir. So we walked down, watched the wedding. Amazing. Just so like, you must look this venue up because I can't tell you how incredible it was. And then after that, also, sorry, they had a live painter who like painted the whole evening. That's so fun. Like that, I would definitely have that at a wedding. I think that's amazing. And then they had fireworks. They had like cake, obviously. Most weddings have cake. Although recently I've been seeing a lot of tiramisu cakes, like a big dish of tiramisu at a wedding, which I think is super fun. I actually, for one, flipping love cake. So I'd definitely be having a cake. That's actually the question I think is most important when asking people about their weddings. I always ask, what cake are you having? I really want to go cake wedding tasting as well. So if anyone wants to do that with me, let me know because I would love to just go and taste all the different cakes. I don't know if you're allowed to do that if you're not getting married or have a boyfriend or any sort of situation going on, but I would like to try some cake, that's for sure. We'll see. Anyway, so this date, Cammie's dress, it was just so gorgeous. Again, absolute princess. Like she looked insane. Like I couldn't stop staring at her. She looked amazing. Also, what was so fun, she actually had a content creator at her wedding, which I thought very Gen Z of you. Love that. Clack it. Love it. She actually made some flippin' epic TikToks from her wedding. So go check them out. Anyway, just again, tears. Just crying all the time. I don't know why you cry when I'm happy, but yeah, I just couldn't stop crying, of course. Anyway, then we danced the night away. Half Kaylee, half disco, great vibes only. I was actually really sad when it was all over. The next day, we like got up, had some breakfast, and then I had to go pretty much straight away. But I was like, God, I wish this would last forever. It just felt so fun, like all being there. We met Cammie's pals, we met like her family. It was just really nice. Again, love. Just like, I just kept watching them being like, you guys are so cute. Like, you're just so cute and you're so in love. And I'm just obsessed. So that's the 3 weddings that made me believe in love again. Hey, how about that? Yeah, it has definitely changed my perspective on if I want to get married or not. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I think just a big party would be fun or like fine. Or maybe like just going to a registry office, you know, that thing, doing that whole shtick, getting a photo there maybe, and then just a big party. But then I'm like, oh, maybe it's fun. But it's just so expensive. I don't understand how people afford it. I just don't see that in my future, really. So interesting. Maybe I'll watch this back in years to come and be like, oh, I was so naive. Maybe I'll have been married 4 times by then. Who knows? Who knows? You decide. Anyway, a few things I was thinking, oh, if I did have a wedding, what would I do? So I'm going to tell you just a quick fire list of what I would do. First and foremost, I would want a free bar just because I think that's good vibes. That's fun. If all these people have come and paid so much to be there and for their hair and for their dress and blah, 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 the least I can do is give them a free bar. Do you know what I mean? Fun. I'll take that. Second of all, ceilidh dancing for sure. Men in kilts, but also men in suits. Love them both. Women, you can wear whatever the hell you want. I don't mind. Do your thing. Late ceremony. I don't think I want to be getting up. I want like a lion on my birthday. On my birthday? On my wedding day. I want a lion on my wedding day, not my birthday. I want a lion on my birthday as well. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what I was talking about. Also, I feel like low-key I'd want to do a speech. I know it's not tradition for the women to speak, but I think I'd want to say like, hey guys, thanks for coming. Just a little something, you know? I think as well, this is actually my main one, is like, why are we not having afters after weddings? How about that? When I went to my friend Bethany's wedding, after we ended up like all going to the pub, and then I actually ended up going out, but like everyone else had gone. So it was like, just so happened that I could go out. But I would love to just do that with everyone at my wedding. Like if I had a big party, then afterwards I'd be like, right, where we go next? In my little bride outfit. Such a slay. That'd be so fun. The only thing I do worry about weddings is like, will I be really deathly hungover the next day? I don't want to be hungover the day after my wedding day, but I also do want a drink. So it's real Sophie's choice on my hands. What will I do? No idea. I guess I've got time to think about it. Anyway, guess what, guys? I'm not flipped engaged. Said it once, I'll say it again. I'm not close. So I've got time to think about marriage. You know, I've got time. I don't think anyone needs to be stressing about it. This maybe comes across as if I am stressing, but I'm really, truly not. And I think let's all just live life, have fun before we get married. You know, love it for the people that do get married. Do your thing. I've got 3 weddings this next year as well. Now I feel like after discussing all of this with you guys, I'm a bit more emotionally available to the idea of a wedding. You know, I'm a bit more like, yeah, I can see that happening. Like, yeah, maybe. Whereas before I was kind of like, patch that. Like, I actually don't want it. Oh, just thought of another rule, no kids. Sorry, no kids allowed. Get out of my face, it's my wedding. That's nasty. But I do think no kids allowed. I just don't want someone crying at my wedding. I mean, I'll be crying at my wedding. That's another thing I worry about. Will my makeup run off on my wedding day because I'll just be crying so much? Who knows? Anyway, I don't, again, as I've said, doesn't matter. Anyway, this has been Tess Tries. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Tessa Tries snogging Australian men, going to weddings, everything wedding really related. And I think it's safe to say I love love and I'm back in love with the idea of marriage, maybe. Potentially. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. As always, please give it 5 stars and like it, subscribe it, do all that good shit. Okay, I think right now I've got 11 subscribers, so we need to add that shit up. Okay. Have an amazing rest of your day. Whatever you're doing, miss you already. Bye.